And also the books of history told us that he asked Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, I killed among your companions. What should I do? Should I make any ransom, pay money, do something, do sadaqah, expiate my sins? Rasulullah told him, Al-Islamu yajubu ma qablah. Whenever you become a Muslim, all the previous sins are forgiven. He is a king, so rich, Rasulullah could have asked him for money. A lot of money, even not for himself, even for Muslims, for something. Rasulullah was not after that. So Rasulullah did not take any money from him and ask him to go to Umrah. When he went to Umrah, the people in Mecca asked him, Asabaut? Sabaut, this is a word come from Sabi. Sabi means the young boy who didn't have reasoning yet. Still not matured yet. He take wrong decisions. So they used to use this word, Asabaut, that means to describe those people who follow Rasulullah, meaning that if you follow Rasul, if you take a decision to follow Rasulullah and you become a Muslim, you surrender your will and yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are taking a decision, a wrong decision like children, an immature decision like children does or like children do. This is, naming things by the opposite of the reality is not new. It happens long time ago. Long time ago happened. Why? Because shaitan is available long time ago also. These are the steps of shaitan, the same steps. Human being changes, shaitan is passing his steps on us. From the beginning, they called those people children, immature decision. Asabaut, that means implying, did you make a wrong decision like children and followed Muhammad? He said, Ma sabaut. I didn't take a wrong decision. ولكن أسلمت مع محمد رسول الله. I surrender myself to Allah with Muhammad, the Prophet of Rasulullah. Allah sent him a messenger to us. We surrender ourselves. This is the meaning of Islam. You surrender yourself to Allah, to the will of Allah, because Allah guides you to happiness, guides you to Jannah, guides you to all good. So when you surrender yourself to Him, you will be guided to good. That's it. So you surrender yourself for you, not for Allah. Allah doesn't need us. He created us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is needless, doesn't need any of His creation. We are in need of Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. But when we surrender ourselves to Him, this is for us. And they tried to oppress Him, but then they realized, He is the king. They couldn't harm Him because all the wheat they import for their bread, they import from His country, from Al-Yamama. They said, if you do any wrong to Him, we will not receive any wheat from Al-Yamama, so don't harm Him. And He said to them, by Allah, you will not see a single grain of wheat when I go back to Al-Yamama unless Rasulullah allows it. And when he went back to Al-Yamama, he commanded his people not to sell any single grain of wheat to the Meccans. And as a result, they fell in famine. Famine spread in Mecca because their main food is bread. And bread comes from wheat, and all the wheat comes from Al-Yamama. And Al-Yamama is refusing to give them wheat. That's why, they fell in famine. The people of Mecca sent a letter to Rasulullah telling him, you claim that you enjoin Silatul Rahim. You ask your followers to connect the ties of kinship, to be good to the people of kin, their relatives. And in Mecca, we are your relatives. You are originally from Mecca. And your follower Thumama is refusing to give us wheat, and we are in famine. So how you claim that you are enjoining the Silatul Rahim and you are not doing it with us? So ask Thumama to give us our wheat, to sell us wheat. Imagine, I cannot imagine that. They are the people who killed among his companions when they were in Mecca. They tried repeatedly to kill Rasulullah in Mecca. They forced the companions of Rasulullah out to Abyssinia, Al-Habasha first, and then to Medina. They forced Rasulullah to Medina also, forced him out. Not only that, they confiscated their properties, their houses, they sold it, they took the money. And that was not enough. They followed Rasulullah and the Muslims to Medina. They fought them in Badr, in Uhud, and in Al-Khandaq, 3 battles. They did all that. And now when they become weak, they sent a letter to Rasulullah. We are your rahim. We are your people of kin. Be good to us. Now you remember? Now you remember after you did all that? So imagine anyone, any leader now at this time, this happened to him or to her. What do you think they do? But Rasulullah is the message of love and mercy and forgiveness. He wrote a letter to Thumama, give them their wheat. That's it. This is the love of Rasulullah. This is the teachings that Rasulullah wanted to teach us. That's it. That's it.